I'm going to be creating a team so good that they're going to go all the way. And no, I'm not referring to it Sydney Sweeney. I'm talking about the Stanley Cup, Lord Stanley herself. There is only one problem.
I do not have any players.
Well, not any good ones, that is, as the entire team is made up of free agents that are not good enough for the NHL. A bunch of 60 and 70 overall players, including the netminders. And we are basically going to build this team from the ground up until we win the Stanley Cup. Every single season, we do not get it done. We're going to hit the wheel. We will spin it, land on a certain age, and then we'll spin it again, land on a hockey team, and select that player with that age from that franchise. Rinse and repeat until we go all the way and win the Stanley Cup. This season probably went as expected. 11 wins, 67 losses, 4 in overtime for only 26 points on the season. By far and away the worst team in the NHL, so we got a long ways to go. Basically, nobody on our team produced any offense. Konachar had our most points at 35, but the dude was a minus 75 on the season. Doesn't beat Josh Mansalico with a minus 79. I guess Winnipeg is a juggernaut in this simulation as they sweep the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Cup Finals. Finally, we are on the wheel. We're going to spin it. We land on a certain age, and then we spin it again, land on a team, and select that age from that franchise, and it's going to be a 29-year-old. And then we got to find out what team we're going to select a 29-year-old from, and it looks like the first team we're going to be landing on is none other than the Boston Bruins. So because we're going off the ages at the beginning of the season, we cannot take David Pastrnak. Instead, we're going to have to add Elias Lindholm to the roster, 84 overall, and he's a two-way forward. I do not think Elias Lindholm is going to change the culture here in Nunavut, as we're most likely going to be an absolutely horrific team yet again. Safe to say, Lindholm's impact is already being found as we have started out the season 1-16. It is going to be extremely hard to crawl out of the basement. 27 points, so a 2-point improvement off of last season as we went 11, 66, and 5. Lindholm was basically our only source of offense. The man had 15 goals and 54 points, and he was a minus 82. Not even the worst minus on our team, as Brodzinski was a minus 100. How is that even, like, physically possible? Ain't no way the Winnipeg Jets go back-to-back as they beat New Jersey in the Cup Finals in 6 games. All right, it is wheel time yet again. What age are we going to land on here in wheel number 1? It is going to be a 32-year-old from the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, I can live with that one. I have found my player, Zachary effin Hyman, 87 overall, 32 years of age, and he's added to the team. We finally have a running mate for Elias Lindholm after 1 season, and Hyman's going to be your best player. He's by far and away an 87 overall. Nobody here is even remotely close. And again, we still have a very long ways to go before we're a playoff team, let alone a Stanley Cup contender. You know what they say, it is a marathon, not a sprint. 9, 69, and 4, 22 points on the season. Zach Hyman had a solid season though, 39 goals, 71 points on a dog shit team. He was a minus 30. Elias Lindholm had 66. Ryan Dzingel tried to chip in. The man had 18 goals. The Stanley Cup will be returning back to Canada as the Ottawa Senators get it done in Game 7 over the Dallas Stars. All right, returning to the wheel once again to try to find an age and a player to add to this squad, as we are going to get a young guy. Please, just give me a young team. Anybody that has a lot of young players. Maybe the San Jose Sharks, to be honest. But instead, oh no, the Vegas Golden Knights. You quite literally cannot draw up a worst option, considering this is one of the oldest teams in the National Hockey League. The closest they have is a 23-year-old in Pavel Dorofeyev, so I'm going to be adding him to the Nunavut Pastas. I mean, hey, we got a first line now of Dorofeyev, Lindholm, and Zachary Hyman. That's not bad at all. We're still at the basement of the NHL, 25 points. We had 10 wins, so I guess that's a plus. 67 regulation losses and 5 in overtime. Hyman, again, led our team, 74 points, 30 goals. Dorofeyev had 23 and 62. I mean, our first line is really the only line that's generating any sort of offense. Tampa Bay will win their 3rd Stanley Cup of the 2020s as they beat the Vegas Golden Cheaters in 6 games in the finals. And we got a lot of work to do, man. We're not even remotely close to sniffing the postseason, let alone the Stanley Cup Finals. All right, actually, I believe I've been doing this a little bit backwards. We should probably be spinning the team wheel first and then spin the age wheel, as we're going to land on, is it Nashville? Yes, the Predators. And then we can hop over here, spin the age wheel, and who are we going to be selecting? It is going to be a 25-year-old from the Nashville Predators. The first goaltender that will be selected to the Nunavut Pastas will be Annunen. He's technically 24 years of age, but of course, in real life right now, he's he's 25, 80 overall. I mean, looking at it objectively, this is a massive step up between the pipes. 80 overall, starting goaltender. I mean, this is probably the biggest improvement we had so far. 42 points in the regular season. We had 18 wins, 58 losses, 6 in overtime, but still the worst team in the NHL. Hyman again had similar numbers, 77 points, 32 goals. I mean, he was only minus 15. Elias Lindholm had a career high 70. Or did Lindholm have a better season before? No, he had 42 goals and 82 points in 2022. Ah, yes, that was the playoff run where the Edmonton Oilers absolutely spanked them. It turns out the Tampa Bay Lightning are really good at this thing called hockey as they win yet again another Stanley Cup. I'm just praying that I get a very good player that can carry this team to a playoff position as we are going to land on the Carolina. Please, no, not Chicago. No, not the Chicago Blackhawks, dog. That was honestly the worst team that we probably could have gotten. The Blackhawks, they have nobody good on the roster outside of Bedard, and we're going to have to take a 32-year-old from Chicago. No 32-year-old on the Chicago Blackhawks, so instead, I think I'm going to go with Connor Murphy. He's 31 years of age, 83 overall. He'll be our first defenseman selected to our team. Connor Murphy, all of a sudden, is our best defenseman at an 83 overall. Still bottom of the NHL, but 50 points is a massive improvement. We were like having 20, 22, 25-point seasons. 22 wins, 54 losses, 6 in overtime. Not too shabby. 34 goals, 68 points. Pretty similar stat line to the last like 3 to 4 seasons. Honestly, to speed up this process, we might just have to choose any age player that we get on the wheel instead of going to a certain hockey franchise. Colorado back on top of the NHL with another Stanley Cup. All right, let's test out the age wheel. We're not going to be spinning it on a certain franchise. I'm going to be able to choose any player in the National Hockey League that is 40 years of age. There is only one 40-year-old that I want to add to my roster, and it's none other than Brent Burns. 85 overall, was drafted before the salary cap was even invented. Brent Burns, 85 overall, live with it. He's our best defenseman. Maybe Brent Burns is the savior as we had 52 points in the regular season. Still bad enough to be the worst team in the entire NHL. 52 regulation losses, but we are definitely getting better year by year. Hyman is a 35 and 35 kind of guy. Elias Lindholm solid. Brent Burns provided a lot of offense on the back end. 16 goals, 52 points, and a minus 36. Would you look at that? The Edmonton Oilers sweep the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup Finals. Here we go, back on the wheel yet again. We are going to spin it, and hopefully we land on a younger player, and we will, as we are going to be able to choose a 22-year-old in the National Hockey League. Wyatt Johnston, welcome to the team from the Dallas Stars. We got our number one centerman. First line of Dorofeyev, Johnston, and Hyman is not too bad. Johnston's an 86 overall, so we are improving, and we got a young guy that's going to be very good as our number one center, but he's probably going to slot down once we get a better number one center. Bottom of our division yet again, but we won 28 games, had 60 points, by far and away our best record of the video so far. But again, we're still the worst team in the entire NHL. Oh my, Wyatt Johnston absolutely feasted on this team. 23 goals, 89 points, and the man was only a minus 7. Hyman had 79 and 36 goals, led our team in scoring. Elias Lindholm was solid, Dorofeyev was decent, Brent Burns was okay, and Annunen rocked a 902. So again, this team is improving year by year. Back-to-back Stanley Cups for the Edmonton Oilers, and the sweetest thing of all is we beat Florida in a Game 7 scenario. Suck on that, Panther fans. All 5 of you I'm referring to. I'm finally starting to feel good about this hockey team and feeling good about maybe making the playoffs next year as we are going to take a 21-year-old from the NHL. Dylan Guenther from the Utah Mammoth. Welcome to Nunavut. A sniper on our first line wing at an 88 overall. Now, I could have gone with Logan Cooley considering he's only 1 overall less. He's a centerman, playmaker, 87 overall, but we have our first line guy in Wyatt Johnston, so I elected on Dylan Guenther. Guenther, Johnston, and Hyman, that's a damn good top line, 88, 86, and 87. Dylan Guenther's probably going to score a lot of goals. This is like the playmaker, sniper, power forward combo. We're not in franchise mode, so there's no chemistry, but we should be better than we literally have ever been so far in the video. Quite literally, I'm just waiting for the moment that we become a playoff team. I thought we were a bona fide 30-win hockey team, but it's not going to be the case. 62 points, 29 wins. Hyman will be your leading scorer, only with 76 points, so Wyatt Johnston definitely took a backseat. Dylan Guenther didn't even score that many goals. The man only had 22, and between the pipes and Noonan, he rocked a 905 save percentage. The Kraken will win their very first Stanley Cup in franchise history. Please, just give me somebody good that I can add to this roster and make them a bona fide playoff threat. threat as we are going to add, yes, please, no, stay in a 19-year-old, no, and yes, we got a 19-year-old. That most definitely is going to be taken out of context, but I wanted Connor Bedard. The man is 19 years old, 87 overall, and now our number one centerman. We're actually starting to resemble an NHL hockey team. Bedard, Hyman, and Guenther as our top line. We get Dorofeyev alongside Wyatt, Johnston, and Elias Lindholm. Not a bad top six, not a great one either, but better than what we've had throughout the entirety of this video so far. We just got to fill out our bottom six. Defensively, we do got to get a little bit better, considering we don't have even the greatest top line D pair, and then between the pipes, I don't think we're going to win a Stanley Cup with Justus Annunen between there. Still at the basement of the NHL, 22, 52, and 8. Guenther had 22 goals, 74 points. Bedard wasn't even that good on our team, if I'm being honest. Zach Hyman was okay. Like, nobody really is standing out on this roster. You guys want to have a spot next season? I advise you to wake the hell up and start producing for me right now. On the back end, Annunen was absolutely trash. Colorado sweeps the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. Speaking of sweep, it would be a clean sweep for Matthews. We got Evan Bouchard winning his first ever Norris, Nathan McKinnon the Conn Smythe, Ottinger the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Connor McDavid. All right, I need a guy in the middle of his prime, the ages of 25 to 27. Give me somebody, yes, a 25-year-old in the National Hockey League. Who am I going to choose? This is a very easy decision. Quinn Hughes, 96 overall defenseman. He's 25 years of age, and he's the newest member of the Nunavut Pastas. Finally, I got my hands on a goddamn superstar. A 96 overall on the back end should definitely help us out in the sim engine. He's going to play alongside Brent Burns, and then Connor Murphy will slot down in our top four. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but right now we're over 500. We're 19, 20. Okay, never mind. We're falling. We're fading. We are fading very, very fast. By far and away, our best season so far, 34, 42, and 6. We did not make the postseason. Playoffs will be on the horizon very shortly, as we were the 28th best team in the National Hockey League. Quinn Hughes had a solid season, led our team with 96 points. Connor Bedard had 86 and 32 goals, which is nice. Hyman was solid, although he was a minus 21. It's only going to be a matter of time before we are a playoff team, and Noonan wasn't really great. I'd really like to grab a goaltender, I'm not going to lie. Don't look now, but the Winnipeg Jets just won their third Stanley Cup of the video. I do need a goaltender, so I'm going to be looking here at whatever age we land on to try to maybe add a goalie to our team, as we are going to select a 33-year-old in the NHL. I have found my guy, Victor Hedman, 93 overall, 33 years of age. Add that to the back end. Hedman's going to play alongside Quinn Hughes, so we have a 96 and 93 nail on our top line D pair, as we should theoretically be a lot better. Maybe this is the season that we end up being in the playoffs. Well, I guess Victor Hedman actually was a locker room cancer, as we're back at the bottom of the Pacific Division, and we're going to be the worst team in the NHL. Once again, the nightmare will continue. Quinn Hughes again was our best player. Hyman was okay. Victor Hedman, I mean, dude, what are you doing? Are you just messing up our morale and chemistry? And Noonan, we need to find a starting goaltender, because this man is not it. The Toronto Maple Leafs have done it. A 4-game sweep against the Avs, playing the parade and playing the absolute chaos that's going to happen in Toronto. I'm not going to lie, I really did think Victor Hedman was going to propel us over the top and maybe make the postseason, but instead, it didn't work out, and now we're going to be grabbing a 30-year-old. We are going to build this team from the back end. Jacob Slavin, 89 overall, one of the best defensive defensemen in the entire National Hockey League, and now our D-core is absolutely lights out. We are going to be quite literally a defensive juggernaut. Dare I say the best D-core in the entire National Hockey League, with Hughes, Hedman, Slavin, and Burns in our top four. We just need one more D-man, honestly, to add, and we have a great top six. Well, we're still at the basement of the Pacific, 30, 45, and 7. It looks like our defending is not going very well. Bedard led our team, 37 goals, 73 points. We really need that bona fide superstar in our forward core, like a 94, 95 overall player that can put up like 100 points in the season, because we do not have that right now, and we don't really have a starting caliber goaltender, with Justus Annunen being our starter. Edmonton again, win the lottery and win the Stanley Cup. Please just give me somebody in their prime, a 27, 28-year-old. I haven't been able to land on it yet. Free option? Free option? No, we get the 40-year-old. The flower, Marc-Andre Fleury, is the guy I'm going with. It was either between him and Corey Perry. He's an 84 overall and should be a slight upgrade over Annunen. It's not going to be the biggest upgrade in the world, but an 84 overall Marc-Andre Fleury, we can definitely rotate between the two, and maybe that'll actually make us a playoff team, because we have yet to make the postseason, and we are like 12, 13, I don't even know how many years in at this point. We're definitely not the basement of the NHL. We had 80 points, so that is probably the biggest jump that we've had so far in the video. 35, 37, and 10. I mean, sniffing a playoff spot, maybe. We're still 13 points back of the Seattle Kraken in the Pacific Division. Connor Bedard was our best player. The man had 46 goals and 87 points. Quinn Hughes put up 86. Guenther at 78. Hyman, Lindholm, and Hedman also chipped in. And then Marc-Andre Fleury. He was solid. 2 shutouts and a .905 save percentage. The Edmonton Oilers just love beating up on the Florida Panthers in this video. And honestly, I'm all here for it. All right, here we go on the wheel once again. I feel like I'm going insane doing the same thing over and over, but we are going to be selecting a 32-year-old. Nikita Kucherov, one of the best players in the last decade, 97 overall playmaker. Welcome to Nunavut, and hopefully that can lead to way more offense because we are definitely struggling offensively. I need Nikita Kucherov to absolutely produce. He's on the top line with Bedsy and Zach Hyman. Our top 6 looks pretty good, and Elias Lindholm now is going to slot into the role that he should honestly be as a third-line center. Oh my god, 29-1 to start the season. I don't believe it. It is a goddamn Christmas miracle. I used to pray for times like this. 52, 26-4, second in our division, and we are finally a playoff hockey team. Our Lord and Savior, Nikita Kucherov, 42 goals, 111 points. I mean, that's the big difference. We got a guy who can put up 100 points on the season. Quinn Hughes had 91. Bedsy was solid. Hyman, like everybody else, just follows him very well. And then Marc-Andre Fleury, 46 wins, 5 shutouts, and a .923 save percentage. The man is turning back the clock. We are going to have the privilege of playing the LA Kings in the very first round. We have a 3-1 series lead heading into Game 5, trying to close the show here in LA. We're on home ice. First period, 1-0 lead. 2-2 tie after 2. We are headed to overtime, and the LA Kings, they're going to live to fight another day. 2-1 lead after 1 in Game 6. 4-1 after 40, and the Nunavut Pastas have won a playoff series. Move on to play Edmonton now. Obviously going to be a much tougher matchup than the LA Kings. They got McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, all that offensive talent on that hockey team. It's been a close series so far. We are leading 3-2. Can we finish it off in Game 6? No, we're going to head to a Game 7 for all the marbles. Both of our seasons on the line. First period, no score. Second period, a 1-0 lead. Leon Draisaitl gets the Oilers on the board. Where is the offense? Yes, Nikita Kucherov, the Lord and Savior on Stuart Foreskin Skinner. And all of a sudden, this game is close. The hands are tight, and Edmonton is feeling the pressure right now. Overtime, Game 7. A chance at a conference finals appearance is on the line for the Nunavut Pastas. Our first ever playoff run. Do we have any magic in the bag, or will the Edmonton Oilers go back to round 3 yet again? Nikita Kucherov, here we go. Nunavut Pastas coming in the zone. Hyman takes a shitty shot, but Skinner's going to make the save. Bedard on the draw against McDavid. 1-for-1. He snaps it back. Hedman trying to take a shot. Doesn't get on net. Connor Bedard again, down low. Nikita Kucherov tries to center that puck. Skinner, I mean, he's going to cover it up pretty easily. 17:46 remains. Another offensive zone draw. Connor Bedard snaps it back over. Hughes takes a shot. Rebound was there, but nobody was in front of the net. Here comes Shaq. Hyman the other way. Hyman into the zone. Over. Nugent Hopkins. Rebound. Nice save, Fleury. What a save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Back to Ekholm. He's losing it, though. He's losing his hair, and he's losing his mind. Victor Hedman. Play that puck up, buddy. Come on. It is clutch time now for both teams. We're in overtime. One shot is pretty much all it's going to take. Especially with the computer AI, you never know what will go in. McDavid entering the zone. Do not let him shoot. Finds Nuggie. Nuge takes a shot. It's blocked, and here come the Pastas the other way. Quinn Hughes leading a rush. Hughes into the zone. Hughes, rebound. Get there, Bedard. Are you blind? Are you deaf? Are you not a goddamn ref? Bedard in the slot. Bedard leaves it. Backhander in there. It is. Dylan Guenther will send the Nunavut Pastas to round number 3. Bad news is we got to play Colorado. Makar and McKinnon both are dynamite. Probably going to put up a lot of points. We're down 2-0 right off the bat here. Oh no, a 3-0 series lead. Nunavut trying to stay alive, trying to keep the miracle going. First period, 4-1 lead. We will not be swept. What was I just about to say about not getting swept? Yeah, about that. Shout out to the Lightning. They get the revenge over Colorado from 2022. Bedard was our best player. 9 goals, 21 points in 17 games. Kucherov only had 19. Dylan Guenther. Yeah, we need that second star alongside Nikita Kucherov. Somebody to play with Bedsy and Nikita and could be like over a point per game pretty much. The Flower, he was solid, I guess. Only a .908 save percentage. I wouldn't mind a better goaltender, I'm not going to lie. Finally feels like we're making some progress, so I'm excited to spin the wheel as we're going to land on a 32-year-old yet again. The bread man from New York is 32 years of age himself, so we're going to be adding him to this team at a 94 overall. He's a very good addition. The next step, honestly, is making the Stanley Cup Finals and then eventually winning it. Breadman, Bedard, and Kucherov is a damn good first line with a 97, 87, 97 and 94 overall. We started out really good, kind of slowed down a little bit, but again, we're a 50-win hockey team and a cup contender at this point in the video. Kucherov didn't have as good of a season as last year, only 40 goals, 98 points. Breadman had 96, Quinn Hughes with 78. Like, the team is still doing well offensively. Honestly, the only thing we're missing is like an elite level goaltender, considering Marc-Andre Fleury is only an 84 overall. We get the Flames in round number 1, Nunavut versus Calgary. Game 6 in Calgary, trying to move on to the second round. We got a 3-1 lead after 1 thanks to Guenther, Lindholm, and Kucherov. 4-1 after 2. And we are going to win a playoff series for the second consecutive season. Yet again, another matchup against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. It is going to be a tough series. We're down 2-1 after the first 3. Can we tie it up in game 4? Yes, we do. Keep that momentum rolling here, Nunavut. 3 wins in a row. Can we close it out? The quick time Simmons has been working, but it's not going to work, as the closeout game will have to be a game 7 in Edmonton to go to the conference finals yet again. First period, down 2-0. Janmark and Zach Hyman. Second period, 5-2 deficit. And unfortunately, the Edmonton Oilers will get their payback. Kucherov is timeless, man. 22 points, 13 games played, was our best player. Artemi Panarin was okay, finally showing up in the postseason. We were just not good enough. Right now, I think it's our goaltending that we need to improve on, because Marc-Andre Fleury posted an .895 save percentage. The Oilers end up sweeping the Lightning in the Cup Finals. I need somebody in their prime. 27, 28 years of age. Hell, I'll even take a 9. Oh my God, free option. Yes, I get a free option of whoever the hell I want to choose. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody saw this coming. McDavid's a 99 overall. Why would I not add him to my roster if I had the free choice of choosing anybody in this game? McDavid's going to complete our forward core. He's a 99 overall. You cannot get a better player in this game. He's going to play with Nikita Kucherov at a 97 and the sniper and Dylan Guenther at an 88. And then we'll roll out Breadman, Bedard, and Hyman as our second line. Damn good third line. We got a good defense core. Really only Rodzinski and Connor Murphy that are not very good. And then Marc-Andre Fleury is definitely serviceable. This will be our first season being at the top of the Pacific Division. We only won 48 games, but we were the best team in this division. For the entire NHL, we were a top 6 team in the league. McDavid decided to take matters into his own hands. 53 goals, 121 points. Kucherov had 110. Hughes with 84. Like, a lot of offense is being generated now. That we actually have superstar players on our roster, even though Marc-Andre Fleury had an .892 save percentage. The next spot that I'm going to upgrade is definitely a goaltender. And in round number 1, we are going to absolutely dominate the Minnesota Wild in a 4-game sweep. We now move on to play the Seattle Kraken in round number 2. Should be a tougher matchup than the Minnesota Wild. They already won 2 games. Oh my God, we fell down 3-0 right off the bat. But we might not even make it out of round number 2 as we dominate Seattle 6-2. And I guess we live to fight another day. Take it 1 game at a time, and we have a game 7, but we got to get through 6. Entering the third, we're down by 1. Jamie Oleksiak will give the Seattle Kraken the lead. And never mind, Jacob Slavin on Joey Decord will tie the game up, and then Connor Bedard pots one home. Marc-Andre Fleury, man, I need you to dial in. Dial back the clock to 2009 when you made that save against the Red Wings in the final seconds. Yes, Ryan Dzingel, depth goal scoring, and all of a sudden, we are headed to a game number 7. All right, game 7, do or die. First period, 1-0 lead. Mason Marchman is scoring playoff goals in 2025. Second period, we tie it up. Thank you, Zach Hyman. Oh no, if this is going to come down to goaltending, I don't think we have it, man. Marc-Andre Fleury way past his prime. No, Riker Evans on Flower. 12 minutes to go in the third. We need some offense. McDavid, Kucherov, Panarin, Breadman, whatever the hell your name is. All right, game 7 on home ice. We played all those games in the regular season to play a game 7 at home. We're only down by 1. This is definitely doable. We need offense, man. We got a great offensive team. Why do we have our 4th liners out on the ice right now? Can we get a whistle? Where's the top line? The big dogs got to eat, man. The big dogs have to eat. Oh, no. Jordan Eberle's just going to waste time right now. Into the zone. Ebbs. Nice back pass. Schwartz. Oh, my God. He had the corner pick, too. Nikita Kucherov. That's your puck, buddy. That is your puck. You're not going to let Brandon Montour outskate you right now. Did I just witness that? Coming through that neutral zone. McDavid's got no helmet. He's a badass out there. Schwartz finds Montour. Montour. Nice save, Flower. All right, here we go, Nunavut. Can we get some offense? Up to Dylan Guenther. 20 seconds remain. We're going for it. Empty the net. Dylan Guenther in. Shot. Nice save there by Joey Decord. Oh, Jared McCann moving that puck up. We got to force them. Where's the pressure? Where's the aggressiveness? Oh, my. He absolutely skied that high. One final rush for Nunavut. Zach Hyman, what are you doing, buddy? All right, Dylan Guenther into the zone. 3 seconds. Over. McDavid, why are you passing the puck? No, Connor McDavid passes it, and we're going to lose in a Game 7 scenario on home ice.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Quinn Hughes was our best player. He only had 1 goal, but 11 points in 11 games. Yeah, McDavid, Kucherov, Breadman, none of those guys really produced come playoff time. That was probably our fault because Marc-Andre Fleury, I can't blame him. The man had a 931. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this video has been dominated by like 3 or 4 hockey teams that have won the Stanley Cup. Can we get new teams in here, EA, or is it just gonna be Colorado, Tampa Bay, Edmonton, and Florida just rotating? Connor McDavid's gonna win the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. We got Kyle Connor taking home the Maurice Richard, Evan Bouchard the Norris, Kucherov's gonna win the Conn Smythe, Jacob Markstrom the Vezina, and McDavid will win another Selke. It feels like it's only a matter of time at this point, right? We just add another player that just puts us over the top, as again, we're gonna get another guy in his 30s, a 31-year-old in the National Hockey League. I found my guy, offensive defenseman in Dougie Hamilton. He's 6'6", 230, 89 overall, and we're gonna add him to our decor. Psych, I had y'all in the first half. We are going to be taking Andrei Vasilevskiy, 94 overall. The man is 31 years of age. We're going to be substituting not Marc-Andre Fleury, but Annunen instead. And Andrei Vasilevskiy, welcome to Nunavut. This should most definitely put us over the top and bring us home a Stanley Cup. And now, after many, many seasons, we finally have that elite level goaltender in Vasilevskiy, 94 overall. And then Flower is probably in the more likely spot, which is the backup. I'll be honest, he should have been our backup the entirety of this video, but we just did not have a good enough goaltender to replace him. Adding Vasilevskiy to our team didn't do as much positive that I thought it would. 48, 23, and 11, 107 points. I mean, I thought we'd win like 50, 60 games, maybe grab a President's Trophy, which I don't believe we've done yet. Regardless, third best team in the league, only behind Tampa Bay and Edmonton. McDavid's gonna go off. He had 60 goals, 117 points. Kucherov with 100, so this is the first time we have 2 100-point players. Quinn Hughes had 98, Panarin 94, and 33 goals. Connor Bedard put up 28. Hyman and Johnston did their thing. And Andrei Vasilevskiy, wow, we really got better goaltending out of Marc-Andre Fleury than a 94 overall Vasi. It will be the Calgary Flames in round number 1. Well, this series definitely is not going our way. Down 3-1. Andrei Vasilevskiy has absolutely shat the bed, and right now the Nunavut Pastas are in dear or hanging on for dear life, as they could get gentlemen swept. Dorofeyev, he ties the game up at 1. Shots are 22-19, pretty even, but honestly, I thought our offense would be a tad bit better. Wyatt Johnston will give us the lead on Dustin Wolf, and then Nikita Kucherov will seal the deal as we force a game number 6. Game 6 in Calgary, season on the line, 3-0 entering the third period. We shut them out 5-0. Vasilevskiy finally shows up, and we got ourselves a game 7. McDavid had a nice 5-point night. Nikita Kucherov had 3 apples. Breadman 3 points. Game 7 back on home ice, and entering the third period, we got ourselves a 1-goal lead. It is not over. Vasilevskiy needs to shut the door in this third period, and we need to move on, man. It would be incredibly disappointing if we are a round 1 exit with the team that we currently have. Those days are long gone. It is Stanley Cup or bust pretty much every single season at this point. Yes, Connor McDavid will extend our lead to 2 and pretty much seal the deal on Calgary's fate, just like he did in 2022. Seattle should be a team that we absolutely steamroll at this point in the video. Although, again, we fall down 2-0. Not starting out series very great, which is a slight concern. We win 3 in a row, and all of a sudden, we have an opportunity. No, it's back-to-back game 7s. The highest pressure, backs against the wall, down 2-0, down 4-2 entering the third period. Kucherov has our lone goals in the hockey game, and all of a sudden, our season is on the line, down by 2 against the Seattle Kraken on home ice. Chandler Stevenson, no! That man might have just sealed the deal. Yes, he did. He scores 2 in the third, and the Nunavut Pastas are a second-round exit. McDavid's got to produce a little bit more. 11 goals, 19 points is not going to cut it. Nikita Kucherov had 20. He was our best player come playoff time. Breadman 15. I'm having a feeling Andrei Vasilevskiy was not very good, considering the man had an 8.92 save percentage. The Lightning have been dominating this sim. I'll be honest, about 3 teams have been dominating this video so far. Kucherov will take home the Ted Lindsay, McDavid the Maurice Richard, Art Ross the Braden Point, and the Hart Trophy. Quinn Hughes is going to win the Norris. We got Braden Point the Conn Smythe. Dustin Wolf wins the Vezina, and Sasha Barkov the Selke. Wheel time yet again. I thought we would never have to come back here after adding Andrei Vasilevskiy to the team, but we are here once again, and we're going to be adding a 22-year-old. The LA Kings have a 22-year-old by the name of Quinton Byfield, 87 overall, power forward. He's a centerman, but can't play the wing. Byfield's going to slot in on that second-line center between Dylan Guenther and Connor Bedard. We got Hyman, Johnston, and Dorofeyev. Our roster is great. This is a cup contender. This would be the odds-on favorite. We just pretty much got to go out there and get it done. Finally, we had the season that I was expecting. 58, 17, and 7, top of our division, and at the top of the National Hockey League. We got Kuch leading our team, 111 points, 47 goals as well. McDavid did his thing, 51 and 106. Breadman had 98. Hughes, Guenther, and Hyman provided that secondary scoring, and then Andrei Vasilevskiy was himself between the pipes, a 920 save percentage. The man had 5 shutouts and 43 victories. The Flower got 15 wins. Low-key, Flower was pretty good. Marc-Andre Fleury at 40 years of age, putting a 15-7-3 record. I guess Nashville will be our first victims in round number 1. Edmonton in round 2 should be a tough matchup against 2 great teams. I do believe on paper we're a little bit better. Oh my god, we're gonna go down 3-1 after the first 4 games. Fighting for our lives yet again on home ice. A familiar scenario. We've been here many times. This is only round number 2. We got a long ways to go to make it to the Cup final. Quinn Hughes will give us the lead on Skinner. Ryan DeZingle is going to extend it as oh my god, we are really going to go to an overtime thanks to Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Here we go. Overtime. 2 McDavids going at it on the face-off dot with no helmet. You love to see it. Zach Hyman the other way. Oh no. Bouchard takes a shot. Vasilevskiy is going to make the save. Down 3-1 in the series to the Edmonton Oilers. Despite the fact that we by far and away have the better team, we are going to have to try to claw our way out of this hole right now. Nugent Hopkins. He hands it up to Zach Hyman. Lots of time remaining here in OT. Hyman into the zone. Cross ice. He doesn't get it over. A little bit of sloppy hockey right now. I'm not going to lie. And that's something we're used to with the computer AI. They tend to not have the greatest gameplay. I'm just praying that we get a goal. Nikita Kucherov walking in. Kuch. Nice save there by Skinner. McDavid is first after. Out in front. Breadman to Kucherov. It is bouncing around, but McDavid's going to play it up to Nuge. The Edmonton Oilers trying to make another deep playoff run. What is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins doing? He actually gets the puck again. No way. McDavid, 2-on-1 the other way. Shitty pass, but Hedman picks it up. Down low to Conor. Conor feeds it back to the blue line. Shot. There's a juicy-ass rebound, and nobody's going to make it. No offensive pressure whatsoever, despite the fact that I got full forecheck. McDavid, you are dead energy, brother. Over to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Vasilevskiy, thank you for the good save. Shots are 40-36. Edmonton's going to win that draw. The Boosh bomb from the blue line. Luckily, it did not go in. Here we go. A counterattack. Bedard the other way. Connor Bedard. Oh my god, you're just skating into somebody, dude. Make a play. Make a move. Byfield to Cutter. Oh, that is not Cutter Gauthier. That is Dylan Guenther past it. What are you saying? Bedard spinning, firing, and somehow, some way, Stu is going to make the save with full pressure and all. Skinner comes up big in the biggest moment. Mangiapane entering that zone, takes a shot, an easy save by Andrei Vasilevskiy. Went to Byfield, finds Bedard, there's a rebound. Get there, Dylan Guenther. What are you waiting for, brother? Chinese New Year, we got to get on that puck. We got to be hard on them pucks. Trent Frederick, oh my, Trent Frederick walking down Main Street. 6 minutes to go here in the overtime frame in game number 5. I'm hopping the hell out of here. If we cannot get an OT winner, there's no way I'm watching like 3-4 periods. And there it is. Are we serious? Trent Frederick's going to walk in and snipe it on Andrei Vasilevskiy to eliminate us. That's great. That's absolutely great, EA. I mean, when Connor Bedard is our best player come playoff time, I don't think we're going very far. No disrespect to Bedsy, the man actually grew to a 92 overall, but he starts out at an 87. Hughes had 10 points. Like, offensively, I don't think we were very good. McDavid didn't have a great playoff run. Only 1 goal in 10 games and only 5 points. Meanwhile, Vasilevskiy, I mean, he kind of did his job. A 912 save percentage isn't horrible, but for a 94 overall, I'm expecting like 920. Tampa Bay is going to win yet again another Stanley Cup. We got McDavid winning the Ted Lindsay, Kucherov, the Art Ross, and the Hart Trophy. Quinn Hughes will win the Norris. We literally had the perfect season, but we couldn't get it done. Vasilevskiy takes home the Vezina, but we don't have a Stanley Cup. Just give me somebody in the middle of his prime, 25 to 28 range, one of those. No, instead, we're getting an older 33-year-old to add to this hockey team. The man who gets injured every single trade deadline, Mark Stone, two-way forward, 91 overall, and the man is currently 33 years of age. I genuinely don't understand why we do not have a cup yet. We're literally the highest rated team in the entire game, 95 overall in one of the weaker divisions, as Edmonton and Vegas are the only other good teams in this division. I mean, I don't know how this forward core does not get it done. We got a great first line. Our second line is even better with Bedard, and Stone's going to slot in nicely there with Dylan Guenther. Hyman, Byfield, Dorofeyev. We got Wyatt, Johnston as our fourth line center. Defensively, we're solid, and in goal, we have the best goalie, or one of the highest rated goalies in the entire game. 58, 20-4, solid record yet again, top of our division, top of the NHL. We've been here, done that. We need a Stanley Cup. That is the only thing we're playing for at this point in the video. 3 100-point scorers in Kucherov, McDavid, and Breadman. Quinn Hughes chipped in where need be. Dylan Guenther was solid, 25 goals, 54 points. Bedard doing his thing. Mark Stone is a nice piece on that second line, and Vasilevskiy was solid. solid. 4 shutouts, 914 save percentage. He needs to get it done come playoff time. Great, we get to feast on the poverty Vancouver Canucks in round number 1. This team does not even deserve my attention of hopping into a game. We're down 3-1 in pretty much every single playoff series that we play, but oh, would you look at that? We're in a game 7. Season on the line. We're probably going to lose. It is what it is. First period, 2-2 tie. Second period, we go down 4-2, and would you look at that? It's hitting the wheel once again. We got the Seattle Kraken beating the Philadelphia Flyers in game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. What a weird sentence. At this point, I really don't know what we could actually realistically add to our team that'll make us a whole lot better. We're going to have to add in a young guy, an 18-year-old, and I know a guy that will join this team. Macklin Celebrini, fresh into the NHL. Now, I know technically he's 19 years old in real life, but in the game, he's still listed at 18 years of age, and he's an 88 overall. Celebrini, brand new second-line center with Bedsy and Mark Stone. I got Guenther on that third line with Byfield and Hyman. I really don't know how much better we can get at this point. Now, that is a record that we can all be happy for. 22-5-1, well, 6-1 now. But again, the regular season really at this point does not matter. It is playoff or bust, Stanley Cup or bust every single season. A 56-21-5 record means absolutely jack if we don't get it done come playoff time. McDavid, 48 goals, 113 points. Kucherov had 103. Breadman was solid. Like, these guys are all producing. Everybody's chipping in. Everybody's doing their job, including Vasilevskiy. Although he had 7 shutouts, that's nice, but only a 905 save percentage. He played all 82. I expect him to be a little bit better than that. Minnesota is a team that I normally would underestimate, so they're probably going to go up 3-1 and beat us in a game 7 scenario. I've seen the script before. Honestly, I got a great strategy. Let's not fall down 3-1 in the series, and we might actually get by. 2-2 series tie, heading into game 5. We win that. Can we close out Minnesota in a 6-game fashion? No, we cannot. We got to go to a game 7 yet again. This team is probably the least clutch team of all time. First period, 1-1 tie. Second period, we got ourselves a game. I do not like this at all. We should be leading right now. Yes, Macklin Celebrini, the newest member of Nunavut. Thank you. I did not think it would be an 18-year-old that would give us the go-ahead goal in a scenario like this, but here we are, late stages of the third. Can Andrei Vasilevskiy shut the door? And we are moving on to round number 2. Celebrini, not only did he have the go-ahead game-winning goal, but a 2-goal game. Connor Murphy actually scored a goal as well as Quinton Byfield. But right now, we got everything on our side, and it is a 4-game sweep in round number 2. Winnipeg and playoff Hellebuck in the conference finals. Give me a break. And in typical EA fashion, we are down 3-1 entering game number 5. I don't get it. I really don't get it at this point. I guess playoff Hellebuck's playing very well. We're going to go to overtime. I'm not hopping in. They don't deserve my actual viewing experience right now. We got to at least get to a game 7 before I decide to hop into a game. Bedard extending the series to game number 6. Take it one game at a time at this point, but Winnipeg, they got a little bit of a better sim engine right now. Up 2-1. Our lone goals, Nikita Kucherov, Kyle Conor, and Tanato? I can't pronounce that guy's name. He scored for the Winnipeg Jets, and late stages of the third now, and Winnipeg, there it is again! Pressure-packed moment of all time, and we, again, are a fraudulent hockey team. We don't even lose to the eventual champs. Ottawa dethroned Winnipeg in 6 games. I don't get it. Everybody performs. Like, we have good offense. Vasilevskiy is solid between the pipes with a 916, 10-4-3 record with 2 shutouts, and yet we still fall in the conference finals to Winnipeg of all teams. Maybe we are just destined to never bring home Lord Stanley, never win the Stanley Cup. Again, we're going to get a mid-30s player, a 32-year-old. That is not what I wanted. Dougie Hamilton is my guy, 32 years of age, 89 overall, and that will absolutely complete our D-core. A fully complete D-core. We got Hughes and Slavin, Hedman and Burns, Murphy and Dougie Hamilton, Vasilevskiy between the pipes, the best offensive core in the entire league. Like, come on now, EA. Can y'all please just throw me a bone? 60, 19-3, 123 points. McDavid led the way, 54 goals, 110 points. Kucherov had 98. Breadman with 93. Like, this team's good enough, man. We had our best season so far of the video. Andrei Vasilevskiy playing every single game, 68 shutouts. Only a 904, but that's most likely because he's playing in all 82. The Calgary Flames once again in round number 1. Oh, how the turntables, as we are going to gentleman sweep Calgary in the very first round. We look like a wagon right now, especially the second half of the season. We have barely lost any hockey games. I'm praying the real-time sim engine or the quick sim engine is going to do us a good service here in the postseason. Back-to-back 3-1 series lead. Can we close it out? Yes, we do. And off to the conference finals are the Nunavut Pastas. Play the Dallas Stars. Interesting. I have waited so long to just play for the Stanley Cup, let alone win it. We're up against the Capitals. Will this be the season? So far, so good. We have dominated them in 3 3 straight games in the Cup Finals, and now in Washington in game number 4, we have the opportunity to get it done. The Stanley Cup is in the building. We got ourselves a 2-2 tie entering the third. Pressure is at an all-time high right now. Yes, Artemi Panarin and then Guenther will extend our lead, giving us that insurance marker. 90 seconds to go in the third period. I'm either going to be very mad or very happy. We're going to be Stanley Cup champions, or we're headed to overtime against Washington in game number 4. Mark Stone enters the zone, takes a shot. Logan Thompson with the easy save. We got less than a minute to go, 55 seconds. Jacob Chikrin. You know what? I'm going to trap it up a little bit. Sit back. We're going to go standard. I don't want to become the 03 New Jersey Devils right now. Jack Hughes. Or that's Quinn Hughes, my bad. D to D. Over to Slavin. McDavid's got no helmet. No empty net yet. We know Washington is going to do it eventually. Well, the time is not now. Artemi Panarin in the middle. Oh my God. Breadman. Yes! Artemi Panarin. Second of the night. The bald-headed bastard himself will seal the deal and extend our lead. Finally, after many seasons, the Nunavut pastas go all the way. This has got to be one of the most rewarding Stanley Cup championships I've ever gotten in NHL 25. The sheer fact that it took this long is absolutely bonkers. With the team that we had, honestly, we probably should have won about 5 to 7 years ago. But regardless, we get it done. Good things come to those who wait, and I had the patience of a goddamn mule. We go all the way. We win the Stanley Cup. The Nunavut pastas are Stanley Cup champions, and Artemi Panarin, I don't believe it. The man has now got a Conn Smythe to his resume. I guess the only shitty part of the video is we didn't get to win it on home ice. We're in Washington, the nation's capital here in America. And Captain Connor McDavid, brother, your wait is no longer. You are finally a Cup champion. I cannot believe it. Artemi Panarin actually showed up come playoff time. The man only had 6 goals, but 27 points in 19 games. McDavid was point per game. Hughes had 18. Kucherov, like, everybody chipped in. It was a balanced offense. And Vasilevskiy, there it is. That is exactly what I was looking for. A .925 save percentage. Connor McDavid is going to win the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Matthews, the Maurice Richard. Quinn Hughes going to take home the Norris. Breadman, the Conn Smythe. Vasilevskiy, the Vezina. And for the Selke, it will go to Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid. Well, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.